Good anytime, my Fuzzy and welcome to a quick review of Ash vs. Evil Dead Season 1. Overall, as I always usually do with these things, it's a movie, so I'll talk about the story of the season, go into the characters, some of the settings, what we see, some of the effects, ending on legacy, and instead of gaming mechanics, as I usually do for games, I guess it'll be, effects and whatnot, how I felt about them. So, without further ado, Season 1 of Ash vs. Evil Dead. And right off the bat, it is everything I would think the Evil Dead franchise would be in modern setting with a TV show. It's really well done. It looks good. It's innovative. The story is nice and flowing and whatnot. It's good. I highly recommend watching it. It's been fun to rewatch the whole series. If you haven't watched Ash vs. Evil Dead and you're just watching this review, don't. It's a really good TV show if you like the Evil Dead franchise. Ash is really, really perverted in this, a lot more than I've ever seen him, which, especially now, is ew. Very, very not good. But his wisecracking, not so smart, but smart enough to do some things ways, is still here. It's still good. But beyond that, let's go into the story. Well, the story obviously starts out where Ash, upon seeing a Deadite telling him that they're going to come back, remembers that he once got high with some random girl, read the Necronomicon, and released the Deadites back onto the world. He, followed by his fellow co-worker from Value Mart. I wish they would have said what happened to S-Mart, but I guess it got taken over by Value Mart or changed. Pablo and Pablo's upstairs neighbor and fellow co-worker, Kelly, go on a trip to stop them. To stop the Deadites, help Ash and whatnot. I don't know. They kind of go around. They go to Kelly's house, who her mother had died, to get Kelly on board. They go to Pablo's uncle's house, who is Bruria, a witch doctor type-esque thing, and before that they go to a bookstore and accidentally summon a demon into the world. But through it all, they get to Pablo's uncle, who puts Ash on a psychedelic trip to learn what he has to do to finish off the journey, which is take the book back to the cabin, bury it, and end all the nightmare. Of course, the puppeteer demon who is taking hold of Kelly, attacks him. Through shenanigans, they finally, in the end, is able to learn to not think, just act. He does, killing that demon, helping Kelly and everyone else, but the uncle dies, so they go off. Along the way, they come in contact with Amanda, who, for some reason, the Deadites killed her partner in attempts to try and kill her, because they knew she would help Ash. And, continuing on, they go to a militia camp to get more weapons, and finally to the cabin to try and put it away, where they meet Ruby, who says she is Professor Nobly's other daughter, besides Anne, which turned out to be a lie. She is a Dark One, gets a hold of the Necronomicon, tries to spread her darkness, rein it all in and under her command, and in the end, Ash, in a last-ditch effort to make everything okay, allows Ruby to continue making the world her own, as long as he gets Jacksonville to just relax with Pablo and Kelly. So they go off, leaving the world to be presumably destroyed by Deadites, as Pablo, Kelly, and Ash head out to Jackson, Florida, to relax. And overall, for the story, it was nice. It kept going. Stuff would happen that would lead to other things, as it is. It was nice, fluid. Nothing felt like it stayed too long. The one problem with the story, I love the actress who played Amanda, who was a cop. But the point of them attacking her was because they knew she would help Ash. And she doesn't really do much. Like, like, at one point she learns, okay, the Necronomicon dagger can damage the Deadites. But she doesn't let Ash know about that before she perishes. And, like, if they didn't attack her partner, she would not know about any of this and not have joined Ash. It's not like she knew of Ash from before and they were buddy-buddy. She had no idea what Ash was about and whatnot. So it's the one thing where I liked her character. Her character was nice and it flowed well with it. But when you step back and look at how her character interacts with the series, she doesn't add anything. She's just another face for him to fall in love with, I guess. And, like, die in the end. While not a bad addition to the story, again, it's kind of like Indiana Jones in the what's it, Ark of the Covenant? Is that the first one? Where, like, you take Indy out, nothing changes. The plots still go on as they would. She doesn't go, oh yeah, we should go here. Oh, I know a friend here. Let's go for an episode there. Again, it's more of a love interest thing. But overall, the story was good. It's Evil Dead. A lot of means to an ends, but really good creative means to an ends. Really enjoy it. If you like B-movie plots that are kind of schlocky, campy, and just overly and somewhat goofy while still being overly gory, this is for you. On to the characters. The characters, you have Ash, Amanda, Kelly, and I guess Ruby as the main core. You meet other people here and there, but they're kind of means to an ends, getting you through the thing. The uncle, Pablo. Pablo's, I think it's Pablo. Pablo's uncle was interesting, helping Ash find more out, but in the end died. The bookkeeper was interesting, being able to summon a demon into the world, but that goes awry. Even if they didn't do that, then the cop wouldn't have gone to them. Yeah, I don't know. But for Ash, this is very much a lot of the same Ash you know from the Evil Dead movies and whatnot. Just a lot more outward flirty / harassment, which I don't like. I like him being subtle and kind of sometimes making a dig at someone, but this felt like very ooey in a lot of places, and that's not okay. But he still makes wise cracks, insults, fun banter. He's smart enough to figure things out, but not smart enough to really comprehend everything. Fine mixture. And besides that, yeah. Pablo is kind of the Pedro. It's one of those names. He's kind of racist. Just a smidge racist. Which is not a good thing. Or should be excused, but I think it's Pablo. Pablo is kind of scared of what's going on. He's unsure of himself and whatnot. He likes Kelly, but he doesn't know if she likes him back. He really likes Ash and thinks Ash is the best thing on the planet. For some reason, they don't really go into why. I guess because of his stories. He kind of believed, after hearing the stories, that he was El Jefe, the boss, or the one to stop the Deadites, even though he didn't really know Deadites, and whatnot. But over the course, he gets a little more braver. He kind of gets a little more braver? Yeah, he does some cool stuff. Still unsure with himself, so it's not an immediate by the end. He's like, yeah, I'm the biggest badass here. But you can see him going into the direction of being more comfortable with who he is and whatnot, which is neat and nice. With Kelly, she's more upfront, won't take sass from anyone. She quickly gets into, yeah, let's kill all the Deadites and whatnot, grabs guns and whatnot, more sure of herself and what she does, which is nice. I do like her. She has some good lines and whatnot. She's fun to have around. Not more to say, I guess. She's your standard, strong, independent woman who can't automatically win everything, which thank you. Because women are powerful, they can do a lot of things, but they should not just be, immediately I am good at this. Immediately I do this, which she kind of does, but she still fails getting into the cabin and whatnot. She has her struggles. It's not all, yep, I'm a strong, independent woman who doesn't need anything. She still needs help sometimes, but she is good on her own a lot of the times. Which is nice to see in media a lot of the times. And then you have the final, or not the final character, but the other character, Amanda, who, after figuring out a thing with her partner in a place, he dies, she is in shock, learns that it's Ash who is doing the thing from Ruby, tries to arrest him at least 2 or 3 times, and fails. Over the course, learning, oh, he's not really bad. Bad stuff's just happening around him. And whatnot. Quickly going from the, you're a fucking creep, to, yeah, I like you now. Which is another thing I don't like about movies, when it's like, if the characters don't need to be together. You don't need to make a show being like, yeah, character A and B are going to be together by the end of it. That doesn't have to happen. You can have movies and shows without a love interest. And this one is like the flimsiest of love interests. Because, yeah, she kind of goes from not liking him to liking him in one episode where they're trapped in a basement, which is weird. Like, he does have his charms, but again, you don't need to do that. It's kind of there so he has more emotional center when she dies. But, like, I don't know. You could have already had him have a girlfriend, or they don't date, whatever. There's other ways they could have done this. But I like her character. She's skeptic, and then she gets into it, and she's like, yeah, okay, I like this. She is strong. She's very strong. But, again, her character kind of just there. I think as either a love interest or just to give more, what's the term? Not equality, representation. More representations of different people and cultures and whatnot. Which isn't a bad thing. I think people should be represented in media a lot of the time. At least they're doing this and not retconning an already established character. So that you're not taking over the mantle of someone else, unless you're literally some other character who grows into that. You're not just like, yo, hi, I'm Wednesday. Yo, now I'm Wednesday, but African American or whatnot. But she was a good character. I liked her character. I'm sad she possibly died. In the end, probably died. But, she's dead. But I liked her, but they should have tied it in. Give one episode where her doing something does help Ash. Because they say they want to stop her. They want to stop her because she's going to help Ash. But she really doesn't. She really, really doesn't, you know.
Oh, yeah. Can you wait for a sec?
But yeah, so for her character overall, I liked her, but they should have given her something more to do. Let her get the weapons. Hey, I know of a place we can get weapons. The cabin, I know where that is. Hey, here's this other thing we might need. Give her something more to add her to the story so it doesn't just feel like adding a character for no reason. Because that's the one reason you'll get people to not like a character is when the representation is complete shit. It wasn't complete shit, but again, if you took her out, nothing would change. That's not good representation. Having her, there be a reason why, hey, the Day want to get rid of her because she is going to help Ash. Give her a good reason that she helps Ash in. But I don't know. I like the character. They should have done more with her. That's all I'm saying. Going on next to the locations and sets. The sets look really good. They look really detailed. They look nice. They go back to the cabin, which I believe is completely reconstructed from the first film. They had to literally rebuild it. I'm pretty sure I think I heard that right. And it looks really good. Besides that, starting off in a trailer park-esque place, you go to Value Mart. Pablo's... Pedro? Pablo. I think it's Pablo. Pablo's uncle's place. I apologize if I'm wrong. Pablo's uncle place. No, it probably says on here. Yeah, it is Pablo. Pablo. It was Uncle's place, which looks very nice. Defended from all sorts of baddies and whatnot. Really nice. It looks good. The bookstore of the occult, or Books and Beyond, which goes into more abstract, darker things, which look nice. The diner. The militia camp in underground area. All of it looked really good. It made sense to why they went there. It added something to the story most of the time. If not for a location for cool stuff to happen in, which is also good. There's a lot of variety to what you see, and a lot of variety to the effects and whatnot, what I'll get to next. Overall, with the settings, it looks really good. It looks nice. The cabin looks exactly a lot like I remember it. Looking side by side, you might be able to see differences, but I feel like, yeah, this is the same cabin. Though the windows got put back up, and the trapdoor is no longer sawed in half. But weird. But either way, pretty good. And on to the special effects. They look really good. They had to have used a lot of practical effects, I believe, with CGI. Not everything looked outstanding, but a majority of it looked really good. It was bloody. There was a lot going on. There was some good sequences of battle. There was good dismemberment, fighting, just really well done on the special effects budget, where every episode there was at least one grand battle that ended in a way that was unique to that episode. Still bloody as all heck, but really well done. I liked it. It was really good special effects wise, especially the cabin, with it being alive and whatnot. Like, all of it, the whole thing, character, story, and whatnot, do come together to make a really good Evil Dead TV series that I loved. It is exactly what I want, even if Ash is kind of creepy and whatnot, and Amanda's kind of... they did her wrong. But overall, pretty decent. Then there is Legacy, how it stacks up. The one thing I am sad about about the show, the show, is I think they just scrapped the games that were in the series. Hail to the King, Fistful of Boomstick, Renegade, I believe. I think they didn't take any of that, which is sad, because I like those stories. The games were alright, but the story did look good. It felt good. It felt like it was in the world. I felt like if they made those two games, a animated TV show or an animated movie, they'd work really well. I've yet to play Regeneration. That's the next game. This will come out after that, but I've not played it currently in my timeline of watching stuff and whatnot. So we'll see. Besides that, it is good. But, so yeah, this really feels like a good continuation of the Evil Dead franchise. With the characters you like, the Deadites you hate, or like, and just how they act and whatnot. Still kind of weird, but it's also... yeah, they screw around with people a lot. It's fun. But overall, I will say that I really enjoyed this season. Few problems being with Amanda and Ash's overly sexual harassment, which I don't like, do not condone, as I've said before. But I can't wait to see how it continues in Season 2, which, if you're watching this, I'm going to end this stream and start a new stream very shortly with it. Or if not, you'll see it on YouTube in a bit. Or in a few days. Tomorrow. From the video, because yes, I'm doing every day going off of it. Anyways, thank you my fuzzers for watching. I hope you liked Season 1 of Ash vs. Evil Dead like I did. And I will see you next anytime. Take care.